two of the most prolific strikers in WSL history with over 150 goals combined. So guys, how are we?
Tired.
Tired? Yeah, end of
Okay.
the session.
Been a long day, yeah.
Yeah, but look, I think for me this season everything's going great. Viv, probably when you first moved to City, I think the perception was that you were going to be competing with Bunny for that number 9 position, but actually you've dropped into a bit of a deeper role, so how have you found that?
The idea was always to put us on the pitch together, just to find a way of actually getting us together. We obviously were injured a lot last season. I was injured, then Bun was injured, then I got injured again.
Yeah.
But it's been really nice to actually have a good run of games this season. And I feel like we're finally really starting to get up to speed. So hopefully we can continue after the break as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, Bunny, how much does it help you that Viv's probably played in your position in terms of that partnership that now we're seeing to develop a lot more in the season?
I think she, like you said, she's been in that position, so she knows familiar runs. So I think it's funny because in training sometimes it don't come off, but it's working in games now. So that's the most important thing. But yeah, I just think when she looks up, I just have to get going because I know she's gonna play a really good ball to me, and I think that's just something that we've been working towards, and it's working in games. So we just have to keep it going.
I think, Viv, for me, like you dropping into that number 10 position, is the stuff that you've been working on that's been specific to help Bunny?
I think just even having the opportunity for me to drop even lower than just being a 10 as well and like spread it from there on onto the pitch has really helped me. And I think what you can see now is that Bun knows that if I have the ball, she just needs to go, and that, for me, that's amazing because I can either play Bunny through or one of the wingers, who we've got world-class wingers as well. So for me, it's just a luxury really to be on the ball and to be able to play all of them into space and to put them in front of the goalkeeper, and I've been really enjoying that as well.
I think even to add to what Viv is saying, I think as a group we know the quality that she has, and once she's on the ball we know that she can make things happen. So I think we always try to find where's Viv, get her on the ball, because we know once she's got the ball things just naturally happen. But I think for us, I think it's just the chemistry. We've been working with it through pre-season all the way up to now. So it's not just something that's been happening overnight. I think training day in, day out, being on the same teams in training, constantly communicating. If it doesn't work, it's going to work the next one. So I think the repetition, time and time again, definitely help us.
And you both like to chat, so I'm presuming that chat state goes away after training as well?
Bunny likes to chat.
You can chat, Viv, as well, so.
New woman. Yeah, I mean, we chat football, we chat different things. I think that's one of the exciting things that we've created as a team this year, is that we actually are chatting football. Like, we chat about moments in training, we chat about how the game has gone, which again, I think, like, obviously with the different players we have, the different wingers we have, like, it's been really helpful to have those different connections and conversations. And in the end, like, we all want Bunny to be in the box because there's no one better in the box than Bunny is. So, like, yeah, we're trying to find different ways of getting there, and so far we're doing pretty decent, I think.
Is there any like specific moment or like specific game where you think, okay, it's clicked?
I think the Arsenal home game was a massive win for us, as a team. Like, just to know that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like, just to know that obviously, like, we can stay in the game, although at times Arsenal were better, and then still actually finish it so strong to win that game. I think definitely gave us a lot of confidence.
Yeah, definitely. So, we know that practice makes perfect. Should we maybe go through some of the drills that you potentially might do in training?
Let's go for
it.
Come on then. So Viv, like, now playing that number 10 position, you're probably a little bit deeper in the area, and these are probably the perfect balls that you want to be able to go forward and go. So, like, as I'm about to pass, so like say I'm Yui Hasegawa, who is so brilliant at them through balls, as I'm playing the ball, what are you actually thinking in terms of your body shape and your positioning?
I think for me, like, the most important thing is always to scan first if I've got someone around it. Obviously, again, with the freedom we've been having, like, I can pop up anywhere I want to pop up, like on the left, on the right, in the middle. And I think the second thing with that is, and like, I don't even need to tell Yui or Blinky or whoever is behind me to obviously play me on my face and forward foot.
Yeah. So if I play you it in, then obviously that touch, where do you want it to go?
Most likely, obviously, to go inside. Because for me, this opens up everything. Like, once I've got the ball here, I can play a winger coming in, I can play Bunny, and I can even reverse it back again to the left winger as well.
Yeah. So is that like in your head, are you automatically scanning 3 or 4 passes?
Yes.
Before you've even probably received the ball?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, like, I know my surroundings, I know where the pressure is coming from, and as I say, like, if I can turn and actually face forward, I can either take it with me or I can play a pass straight away. But if I'm under pressure, I'll obviously have to do something else.
Is your first pass though Bunny Shaw?
In
your head,
if I'm here, it would definitely be Bun. Yeah,
and then
like,
that is your focus.
obviously, if I'm a bit lower, it's slightly different. But at this moment in time, like, if I can play Bunny away in between centre backs, then like I think anyone wants to play Bunny away.
Yeah, definitely. I think in terms of your partnership now, that's crucial. So Bunny, in terms of if Viv's in this position, what are you thinking? Like, how are you assessing the situation?
I think once she face up, I would normally tell her to drive, to engage one of the centre backs.
So actually verbally say
yeah. So it depends on who steps. So if this centre back step, I take that space. Or if she drives, I could maybe pin the outside centre back. She plays me, I take the touch and I go to goal.
So if the centre halves are like that spread apart at this moment in time,
drive.
You would play. So if you can just show that motion. So if Viv's going to play, drive with the ball, Bunny, what is your movement now? To set back?
I pass. That one would obviously engage.
Yeah.
Play the space. To shoot.
And then you just do what you do then, okay? Yeah, is there an option where, say if I'm the centre half in this instance and Viv, you get on the half turn again, and I come in really tight to you here, is another movement that you might do?
I'm pulling away.
Yeah.
So she find the space.
So also what Viv's doing with the ball, but actually what the centre half's doing is more reactive. And Viv, you're so happy with playing them balls in between?
Yes. I mean, like, again, I think for me, and I think that's where we got to a different point, is that as a team, like, we make runs to make and create space for someone else as well.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times, like if Bun makes a run and I actually can play it through, that will open up someone else. Or it might actually open up me driving in with the ball and actually like taking a shot myself.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's something that's probably changed from like a couple of seasons ago, is that like feels as sometimes we always felt like we had to pass, but actually if there's space in front, you're very good at it driving, but also Bunny, you're able to take defenders away to be able to create a space for Viv to pass, and the success has been good. So is that something that you maybe train with in the days?
I think that like we've been training and playing quite a bit of games now. I know her tendencies and what she tends to do.
Yeah.
And I think she knows me as well. So I think that like chemistry definitely helps when it comes in the game, because sometimes the defenders don't know. Sometimes I just run blindly just to create the space, like she said, for her to take a shot or play someone else, and obviously the defender is going to follow. So sometimes we don't even have to connect, but sometimes it's the next run that makes it happen. It's
so interesting to see your like two's like evolution, because obviously Viv, I played against you a lot when you were at Arsenal, and you were that number 9, you were that player that was what Bunny Shaw is to Manchester City now. And I think like, have you learnt a lot about like your understanding of the game as you've developed over the last few years?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always kind of been like a ball playing number 9. I always obviously wanted to play, I wanted to be involved.
I know you did, you used to just drop deeper and I'm like, midfield, you can have it, I'm passing you on.
I think in that sense we're quite like opposites in that way, but like I love that I now have a new challenge and I can now give something else to the game.
Is that how you see it now?
That's how I see it, yeah. And I think obviously like me turning into that 10 role like needed a bit of time. I then got injured, then came back, got injured again. But I feel like this year, like for the first time, you can probably see that, like as I said, like it's not just me being a 10 here, like it's also me being a 10 lower on the pitch and doing slide tackles these days. So something must be going right.
I've actually seen a few of them and I'm thinking, oh my God, that's Viv Miedema doing side tackles. But Bunny, I think obviously you've been in unbelievable form this season, and I think I've been probably one of your biggest fans in terms of, but also pushing you as well.
Yeah.
Like, do you still think there's like so much more of your game to come?
Yeah, 100%. And I think with our team as well, we have the freedom, but we hold each other accountable as well. Because if she plays a really good ball to me and I don't score, she's going to be on me.
So that's interesting that you actually say that.
United at home when us made the best slide tackle ever. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, no, we can like not tell each other off, but we say it to each other. But I think we can both take it and then we move on, and then we know that it helps for the next instance and the next game. So, and again, like I think if you look at our team right now, we can all do it together, which is really nice.
And do you think like now that even though you are very focal in how City play, like it is all about what the team needs in their moments?
Yeah, 100%. Because I think for me, sometimes I just want to be in the box. I want to be in front of goal.
Know.
Because what do we live in?
In Bonnie's world.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we get in.
I think for me, it's just I just want to score and I just want to be in the box. And I think sometimes I could play a game and I could score, but I could also not feel great, and I could not score and we win, and I'm buzzing. So
we want Bonnie to score, because if not, we'll hate it all week.
No.
Evidence I've seen that happen.
It's okay. I mean, like, again, like, if we're talking about being nines, I've never had that feeling. But it's amazing to see how different you can be as a nine, and that obviously Bonnie thrives off goals, and like that's what we need. We need people to be hungry to go out and to be the best they can be, and I feel like that's one of the things that keeps us going this season.
We start to see a bit of a Haaland-Foden partnership, do you think, evolving?
It's not too bad, is it?
Very tall. I mean, we need a bit more height from you, buddy, for Haaland.
Yeah,
but yeah,
no.
I think, no, I do see that from the games that we've played before, and even though this is a movement, a lot of our goals are probably scored from out wide, which is a way that we play. We've got fantastic wingers in Lauren Hemp, Virginia. You've got Carolyn coming back in terms of Mary, which is going to be like a new signing. So maybe we can walk about like what your thought processes is when that ball's out wide with one of the fullbacks or with our wingers.
I'll just let Bonnie do whatever she wants to do.
So it's basically what Bonnie wants to do, yeah?
It is.
No, but in all seriousness, we walk into the box and maybe we can go through. Like this is a lot of City's player is down these channels, and say we go from the right hand side, whether it's Kasparai or Fagino, and I'm presuming that this is something that's worked on a lot in training, because you don't just become good from crosses, and we score a lot of goals. But in this instance, like the ball's being played in that channel, like Viv, you might be a bit deeper. Like Bunny, what are you are you assessing who's crossing first?
Yeah, that's what I was. It depends on who is crossing the ball, because obviously Layla is going to be different from Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp is going to whip it, Layla is going to hang it up. So I think it depends on who is crossing, but let's just say it's a Lauren Hemp.
Yeah,
that's getting ready to cross.
Gonna go from this side then? Yeah.
Ball goes up, bam. I won't even make it, by the way, at this time, because I'm the one who's
tackles at the back.
I'm the one who's playing Hempo away, and I'm like, whoa, like she's on one. I'll probably end up being here somewhere.
That's a good position though.
So the ball goes wide, right? And I think I've had this conversation quite a bit.
Do you want me to go in as a centre half?
Yeah.
That would help.
So the ball goes wide. In past seasons, obviously the past coach would want me to run to the near, but the coach that we have now, he gives us the freedom, like what Viv said. So for me, it's about staying in and around middle back post, because also that's what the wingers want, because sometimes they tell you where they're going to cross it or where they tend to cross the ball. So I think for me, it's just about my first movement, because I think that creates a space for me. So if I want to go to the back post, obviously I'm going to act as if I'm going to the front to then peel off and go to the back. And I think I back myself with anyone in the air.
So like in terms of your thought process with me, like what are you trying to do to me?
Manipulate you to think I'm going forward to the near post. So obviously in my head, it's when Lauren looks up. Sometimes she doesn't look up, but I think I have that relationship with her.
I'm sure Hembo doesn't know what day it is, to be honest.
So I think if there's no eye contact or there's no head that comes up, I think for me, like I said, I've played with her quite a few times.
So
now.
more of like a non-verbal communication, that's where you're triggering your movement.
So I think I'm gonna Lauren, and then sometimes I even create the space.
So actually using your body to like try and even though you've just said like maybe one movement like Viv, you know that top strikers, which you two are, it might not necessarily be just one movement that you do.
Yeah.
Like a bit of cat and mouse with me, because I think coming from this position, it's so hard for me to keep an eye on that ball, but also to keep an eye on you. So the more that you're moving and the more that you open me up, it's going to be
I think sometimes as well, Andre, he speaks to us because sometimes they act as if they're going to cross and they take an extra touch and you already commit to the near post. Then what? He just wants you to find another space and another player takes the other space.
So like redo your action.
So it's all about just finding the space changing your movements and
Yeah.
try to create the space as much as possible so when the ball comes in, and he wants a lot of numbers in the box.
And
so
you
if I
back
don't
yourself when the ball's in the air,
get it,
don't you?
100%.
I mean, look at
I
the
always
size of
say that.
her.
So Bunny, if
100%.
you're like, so this partnership that we're speaking about, so you're that first person that's going to get in the box, which is a lot of your goals. You run back post.
Yeah.
Viv, like from a deeper position, are you like assessing where the right winger is?
Depends on
the midfielder is?
if I can get there. No, I think like again, like I've got that freedom like to make a move, whatever movement of Bunny.
Yeah.
Like I think sometimes you'll probably see me try and get in first post. I think we scored a goal like that against London City when I was actually the one popping up in the middle. And other times I'll be there for the cutback or like for Bunny to lay it back in. I think it does depend on what side it is coming from.
Yeah.
But
Which I think that's natural to know that people have got different strengths from different areas and
no, absolutely, and I do think that we're quite fortunate in that sense. Like with the wingers that we have, like they're obviously quite old-fashioned in that sense. They want to actually go in a 1v1 and cross the ball. Like you don't see that often anymore in football these days. So, which really helps us.
So like yours is more of a, because you are so intelligent, you can make that decision within a split second, can't you? So, and I think you know then if you're staying on the edge of the box, then other places are covered. And is that a strength of City's this season? Is that like that understanding of the game in general?
Yeah, I'd say so. And I think again what I said earlier as well. Like I think we're very unselfish. We've got a lot of players who are very happy to make runs for the player behind us. And as I said, like if that means that I need to run in front post because I can take a centre back away, then that's what I need to do, which has been really helpful, I think, for all of us.
So generally really happy with how the season's going so far?
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Can't complain.
But ask us again in 4 months' time.
I will be.
We'll
be doing another masterclass in 4 months' time when hopefully we've got a trophy here.
Yeah.
So,
hope so too.
But honestly, girls, you're doing so amazing. I think you know how much I rate you both, and I think there's so much still more to come from both of you in a little bit of a deeper position, but for you, Bunny. So thank you for your time today, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.